Let's title this one Get Out. Leave. Go. Start over. Even if it's unknown. Save yourself. Fight for your life. Have you ever had a long day and not comparing your day to any other person, but just you've had a long day. It may have started out good, it may have started out shaky, but you've had a long day, whether it's work or dealing with something else outside of work. You've been drained mentally and physically, and you just like, I just want to go somewhere and just not. And you're on your way home, whether it's public transportation or your own vehicle, and you get home, and before you put your key in the door, you got to prepare to have an even longer night. You got to prepare to not have peace on the other side of your door. You got to prepare for no one caring on the other side of your door, just as no one cared on this side of the door that you're on in the world. This moment, if you have faith, you feel like God is the only one that can hear you. You feel like God is the only one that's with you. But sometimes you'll feel like, God, take it all away, take me away. And we got to be careful, what we wish for, of course. But when you're in a situation like that, maybe one day you can get through it. Maybe 2 days, 3 days, maybe even a week. Who knows? Your endurance, your internal endurance, your heart's endurance, your mental endurance, your spiritual endurance. Because physically, we know, a lot of us know we can endure a lot. But you don't find peace outside or inside. And you eventually search for it within inside yourself or something or someone else. And sometimes the worst can be when you search for it inside your own head, because you tend to almost drive yourself mad because you're going around and around in a circle, because you got to think for situations outside of yourself and things that you're living through, but you're also trying to protect that inside. That fight or flight is real, and you're trying to protect your mind, you're trying to protect your heart, you're trying to protect your spirit, you're trying to protect who you are, you're trying not to lose your integrity, you're trying not to lose your dignity, you're trying not to let anything in the outside pull what inch, ounce, or mile, or to the heavens of peace that you may still be holding on to. You clawing and scratching and fighting to hold on to it. You may mumble a little prayer under your breath. You may say a meditation. You may say, I don't know what to do next. You may scream on the inside. Hell, you may scream on the outside. You may cry on the inside. You may cry on the outside. But the reason I'm titling this one, Get Out, Leave, Start Over, Fight for Your Life, is because if you're in that situation to where your place of rest gives you no peace, it's time to find a new rest. It's time to find a new place. And that may not always mean a physical place. It could be a person. Time to find a new person, because that person is your place of peace. And if that person can't add that peace after you've fought and struggled all day in the world, and this applies to men and women. I know a lot of the world, and, women understand, some women understand, what men deal with, men of color, men are not of color, some women understand that days can be rough, and just your thought capacity is overload and overwhelmed because of how life is. But women go through a lot of heavy lifting too. and they deal with things in their workplaces. They deal with a lot of bad energy around sometimes, a lot of negative energy. And anyone who's worked in the corporate world, I did for over 12 years, and then I've managed, group, all female groups, certain positions and stuff like that with high degrees, low degrees, no degrees. And, and women's energy around each other sometimes it hurts them. It hurts them, and if you're sitting around that all day and, these whispers behind your back and these looks and these, this people that's just around that got thinking ill and bad of you, it's like that weighs on a person if they're a good person, and that weighs on a person's spirit. And that's the heavy lifting they go through. Men go through a lot of heavy lifting in a lot of other ways, and women go through it in that energy way because they're intuitive spirits. So just get out, leave. A lot of things that we think matter really don't matter, man. A lot of things that we put so much high value on really is not that valuable. What's valuable is your peace. What's valuable is your peace. Broken peace leads to dis-ease. And you put that together as disease, but it leads to dis-ease. And people die from broken hearts and broken peace every day. You try to figure out what health condition and all that. Sometimes those things are exacerbated from broken peace and broken hearts and broken minds, broken spirits. So if you don't have that, leave, go, get out, fight for your life. And if you do have some sense of it or have it, be grateful, but protect it. Meaning protect yourself. Fight for that. Speak up for yourself. Hold on to your integrity. Hold on to your dignity. Hold on to your discipline. Hold on to your focus. Don't let nothing outside of you break that, because that's the worldly goal, is to break and destroy your peace. That's it. Break your peace, get your spirit. Get your spirit, you got your innocence. Got your innocence, you got your mind and imagination, you got your heart. Get all that, you're gonna be a dead person walking for only so long. And all of a sudden something pops up to make you fight. And that be that dis-ease, to make you find a way to bring your peace back to yourself and value what's truly valuable. That's it. I know this was really long, man. I didn't plan on it being that long, but I just felt like somebody needed, whether it's 1,000, or 1 million, man, just keep fighting, y'all. Fight for your life. Peace.